Most people treat their personal finances like a second job they hate. They wake up, check their banking app with one eye open, panic calculate their bills in the shower, and just hope there's enough left over to survive the weekend. But hope is not a strategy. And honestly, neither is discipline. Here's the brutal truth. The reason you haven't hit that first $10,000 milestone yet isn't because you don't make enough money. It's because you are relying on decisions. Every single time you have to choose to move money into savings, you give yourself a chance to say no. You give yourself a chance to fail. Today, we are deleting the choice. I'm going to show you how to build the invisible finance system. This is a 3-step automation machine that intercepts your income and builds wealth for you. It works while you sleep, it works while you're at the gym, and it works even when you're spending money. We are stop playing the game on hard mode. By the end of this video, you won't just have a savings plan, you will have a system that makes being broke mathematically impossible. Hi, my name is Ed. Welcome to Faithful Finance. Please subscribe and like if you're enjoying the video. It's a huge help to my channel, and I genuinely appreciate you for doing that. Thank you. Let's build the machine. There is a concept in psychology called decision fatigue, and it is the silent killer of your bank account. Think of your willpower like the battery on your phone. You wake up at 100%. You feel motivated, logical, and disciplined, but every single decision you make drains that battery. What to wear? Drain. What to eat for lunch? Drain. How to reply to that stressful email? Drain. By the time you get home, you aren't operating on 100% anymore. You're in low power mode. This is why traditional budgeting fails. A budget asks you to be disciplined at 7 p.m. on a Friday after a brutal week of work. That is a fight you are guaranteed to lose. The you at 8 a.m. wants to retire early and travel the world, but the you at 8 p.m. just wants takeout and Netflix. If your financial plan relies on evening you making good choices, you don't have a plan, you have a wish. The cereal aisle or the delivery app will always have more power over your exhausted brain than a retirement goal that is 30 years away. This is exactly why that first $10,000 is so impossibly hard to save. It's not just about the math, it's because getting to $10,000 usually requires months of saying no to yourself over and over again using a battery that is constantly running empty. You are fighting your own biology. Most people burn out before they hit the comma. So, how do we fix this? We stop fighting. We stop trying to force ourselves to be savers, and we start designing ourselves to be savers. We are going to take the decision away from evening you and give it to a system that doesn't get tired, doesn't get hungry, and doesn't care about Friday night. I'm not saying don't check your account anymore. Now we will be checking to review your success. We are moving from survival mode, where you react to life, to system mode, where you engineer it. Step 1 is redesigning your primary collection hub. This is your primary checking account. Most people treat their checking account like a storage unit. They get paid, the money sits there, and they slowly chip away at it all month. This is a trap. Psychologically, if you log in and see $3,000 sitting there, your brain signals, we are rich, we can afford the $12 appetizers, we can upgrade the flight. This is called Parkinson's law. Your expenses will always rise to match the cash you have available. The fix, the 24-hour flush. Think of your checking account like Grand Central Station. Money arrives here, but it is not allowed to sleep here. It must catch a train to its final destination within 24 hours. It's payday. You get $4,000. By 9 a.m. the next morning, your bank's auto transfer has already kicked in. $2,000 is instantly sent to a separate bills account for rent and utilities. $600 is sent to the growth engine. The remaining $1,400 is your actual money. Now, when you look at your balance, you don't see a fake $4,000. You see the honest $1,400. You can spend that money guilt-free because the important work is already done. You can't spend what isn't there. Step 2 is filling the opportunity bucket. This is where we build that critical first $10,000. But here's the specific detail that matters. This money cannot live at the same bank as your debit card. It must live in a high-yield savings account at a totally different institution. Let's say it's Tuesday night. You're tired. You see a $400 espresso machine on Amazon. You want it. If your savings are attached to your checking account, you transfer the money and buy it in 30 seconds. But if your money is in an external HYSA, it takes 1 to 3 business days to transfer back. That delay is your cool-off period. By the time the money arrives on Thursday, the dopamine hit has worn off and you realize you don't actually need the machine. That purposeful friction saved you $400. Why $10,000? We target $10,000 because it is the anxiety threshold. At zero savings, a check engine light is a catastrophe that ruins your month. At $10,000 savings, a check engine light is just an annoying Tuesday. We automate a flat 15% of every paycheck here until the bucket is full. You aren't saving money, you are buying your freedom from panic. Step 3 is the wealth machine. This is the part most people overcomplicate. They think they need to watch charts or pick stocks. You don't. Once that opportunity bucket hits $10,000, you don't turn off the automation, you just flip the switch on the tracks. You redirect that same 15% auto transfer from your savings account to a low-cost index fund like the S&P 500 or a Roth IRA. Imagine you hire an employee who works 24 hours a day, never sleeps, never complains, and works for free. That is your index fund. While you are at your 9 to 5, your wealth machine is buying shares of the top companies in the world. While you're on vacation, your wealth machine is collecting dividends. It doesn't care if you're having a bad day. It doesn't care if you're feeling lazy. You have successfully moved from labor income, trading time for money, to capital income, money making money. The system is now building your future whether you pay attention to it or not. Hi, please subscribe and like if you're enjoying the video. It's a huge help to my channel, and I genuinely appreciate you for doing that. Thank you. Stop letting the internet convince you that wealth is a number in a database. It isn't. Real wealth is the silence in your head. It is the luxury of waking up on a Tuesday morning and not knowing or caring which day you get paid. It's the freedom to order the appetizer without doing mental math. When you automate your finances, you aren't just building a bank account, you're reclaiming your soul. You are taking back the mental RAM that anxiety has been stealing from you for years. Think about what you could build with that energy. Think about the parent you could be, the partner you could be, the career you could build if you weren't constantly operating in survival mode. That first $10,000 is gonna feel heavy. It's gonna feel like you're pushing a boulder up a mountain because you're fighting gravity. You are building the engine from scratch. But here's the secret that wealthy people know. Physics is on your side. Once that machine is running, once you break that 10K orbit, the momentum takes over. It eventually becomes harder to stop building wealth than to keep going. The machine works even when you don't. So, don't just close this video and go back to scrolling. Do not let this be just another piece of content you consumed. Make this the moment the timeline shifted. Go set up that first automatic transfer right now. Your future self is waiting to thank you.